They told him to be strong, to stand tall, to be a man. But what they didn't tell him was that being a man doesn't mean having no fear. It means standing in front of fear and not moving. Luffy isn't your idea of a traditional man. He laughs, he cries, he bleeds. But when the world breaks bones, crushes dreams, and sets fire to everything he loves, he doesn't flinch. Because being a man isn't about ego. It's about responsibility. It's about protecting your crew, even when you're broken. It's about getting up when no one's watching. It's about walking through hell without losing your soul. Being a man isn't celebrated. It's punished. You won't get applause for choosing the hard road. You won't be praised for biting your tongue, swallowing pain, and staying silent to protect someone else's peace. No one will come pat your back when you're crying alone in the dark, still planning how to win tomorrow. Just like Luffy, when Ace died, when Sabo vanished, when his crew was torn apart, he didn't crumble. He cracked, but he rebuilt. Because the world doesn't care if you feel weak. The world only cares if you act strong. And that's what Luffy does. He acts strong, even when he's dying inside. That's what being a man really means. Not because you're fearless, but because you fear letting others down more than you fear death. Luffy's not perfect. He's reckless, impulsive, often childish. But when it matters, he becomes something else. He becomes unshakable. He doesn't lie. He doesn't abandon. He doesn't step back. He faces emperors. He challenges fate. He stands for the people the world steps on. Why? Because he gave his word. And a real man doesn't need to shout his worth. He proves it in silence, in sacrifice, in scars. Being a man is not about dominance. It's about discipline. Not about controlling others, but controlling your rage, your tears, your chaos. To build a dream in a world that calls you foolish. To smile in pain. To lead when you're lost. That's Luffy. And that is power. So to every man watching this, be wild, be free, be real. But never forget this. Strength isn't in the fists, it's in the spirit. Courage isn't loud, it's consistent. And being a man isn't something you inherit. It's something you prove every day. Stand up, wipe the blood, fix your stare, and walk forward. Like Luffy did, like a man does. No cape, no applause, just fire in the eyes, and a storm in the chest. Be a man, or be forgotten. Luffy will never care about glory, not status, not riches, not even being called the Pirate King for the world to hear. What he cares about is the promise, the vow he made as a boy, the vow to live free, to never kneel, to never betray those who believe in him. That's why people follow him. Not because he's the strongest, but because he never breaks. Not when he's bleeding, not when he's drowning, not even when he's dying. Because being a man isn't about being feared, it's about being trusted. And Luffy, he's trusted with dreams, with lives, with the future. That is the weight a real man carries, with a grin on his face. So now ask yourself, are you ready to be that man? The one who gets laughed at, doubted, broken, and still keeps going? The one who won't be the loudest in the room, but whose silence can shake mountains. Be the man who protects, not possesses, who builds, not brags, who rises, not just for himself, but for everyone who can't. Because one day this world will test you, and when it does, it won't care how much you cried, how many excuses you had, or how heavy it felt. It'll just ask one question: did you stand? And if you did, you'll never need to explain yourself, because the fire in your eyes will answer everything. Like Luffy, not just a pirate, not just a hero, a man carved from pain, built on dreams, and born to lead.